Hey y'all, so today we are going to be doing some really fun thrift flips. I've been in my mind wanting to do some of these things for a really long time, so I'm excited to finally be doing them and sharing them with you. I have collected a few items. I've gotten free furniture. I've gotten just random things I've collected here and there that I'm like, oh, I really need to do something with it. And now I have 4 different projects to share with y'all. So I'm also going to be using my Cricut on one of the things that I'm really excited about. I love my Cricut maker. You've heard me talk about it before and I've used it in videos. So I'll be doing something with that, and I want to thank them for sponsoring today's video. And yeah, so I have a few things that I need to get done. First is a big piece of furniture that I shared on Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, you should follow me on there because I feel like I post way more frequently and random thrift finds and things like that. So I got this free shelf on Facebook Marketplace and I love it. It's so cute. You know the arch cabinets that are very in style right now? I have loved them. I've seen a lot of people get them and they're very expensive, and I found this one for free. It's just a big wood arched cabinet and it is the perfect shape and size for my little home right now. And yeah, so my plan is very simple for this. And so let's get started. I got this for free on a Facebook group, and it's I can't remember, a Curio Cabinet. I have lots of big plans for this thing. So it's this wood color, which is fine. I probably could sand it down, but it has this gold trim that I don't love, and I don't love that light. But these arch mirrors are so pretty, and it is just this big tall, it does have shelves that I think I'm gonna put wood ones in instead because they were glass. This big tall shelf, and this is all a mirror. So what my plans are, I've already started, is to take the backing, if I can show you this with one hand. Yeah, I've started to, and take the mirror out of this, and then I'm gonna paint this a color. Let's just see what we can do. I didn't game plan very well, but I should wait till Bobby gets home so he can help me move stuff. But I'm too impatient for that. So, oh gosh, that could have been so bad. Okay, I'm just gonna work on, oh, it literally says Curio, made in USA. Taking this board, I don't want to break it. So if I can reuse it, I will. Let's see. Jeez. Released this. So let's see if I can, I don't want to. This is the part I'm a little, I should have some, oof. Okay, this is the, oh, okay. Maybe this was a bad idea. That is a little bit sketchy to have this. That was a little freaky. My heart is pounding. This is the mirror that came from that. I love it. But I took this out, and now I don't really know what to do because this is how thin it is. So this is the little MDF. It's so thin, like paper thin, not really. But I just don't know what to do with it because I have this back that I was just gonna leave blank, but now I feel like, should I put this back in there? I don't know, what should I do? Because I like having the arch mirror. I just don't know how to make it safe. Now I just need to paint this guy. This is the paint that I'm going to be using. I actually just finished this project right here. It was just an old cabinet that we found, and I sprayed them. All right, it's so dark, but it looks so good. So now I'm so excited to scrape all of this. All right, here's the final shelf look. I'm not obsessed with it. There's a huge gap right here, and I wish that tree could scoot over, but this is what we have for now, and I think it turned out really cute. It's exactly what I have been wanting right here, and it was free, and then we just painted it, and now it has a good home. For the next little DIY we have, I have this box, and I have been loving these boxes from Studio McGee that are at the Target line, I think, or just boxes in general that are decorative and pretty, and you can store, remotes in them in the living room. And we have a small one, but I've needed a bigger one for a while. This one is, I think, a wine. Yeah, definitely was an old wine thing. It has this little handle, but I like that it had a little gold clip and gold hinges. and I liked that it was wood, but I decided that I need to do something a little different. I have a lot of wood and wicker, that type of texture in my home. So my plan is to use the, you know, those pictures everyone's making that's like the spackled, like textured wall things with the little spackle jar. I will show you. That is what we're going to be doing to transform this box to look more like textured and more like stone, I guess. So let's see how we can do it. I don't have any tools for it, but we're gonna make it work. This spackling I'm gonna be using, it's like $3.99 at the store. So open it up, gotta break the seal. Got it open. It is pink, like a very, very bright pink. Also, I think I'm gonna take out the little outside handle. So I don't think I really want that, and this is spackling, so it should cover those holes pretty well. Okay, and I also don't have an official tool, so this is like one of our dish scrubbers. I cleaned it and everything, but this is the little box. It's a little before. I'm honestly gonna go for it because I don't really know exactly. I should be using a spackling tool, but that is something that I don't have. So I'm just gonna start. This goes on pink, but from my understanding, it turns out to be very white. From everyone that I've seen that's done it, that's the case. So I'm just gonna cover this thing. Maybe if I show you the front, you can see what it looks like. Okay, I probably should get like a trash bag or something to put down so I'm not doing this over my table. But I think it's gonna look really cool and textured. So I am just gonna go ahead and spackle this thing up. Okay, so this is the box right now. You can see it's starting to dry in some places to be like a creamy, and then it's pink in other places. We will see how it turns out because this looks like a little iffy right now. All right, and here is the finished product of this box. I think it turned out really, really cute, and I think it looks really good. I'm going to be making my little coffee machine, my little coffee canister. I saw one the other day that didn't say coffee or anything, but it was like the perfect little like crock canister thing, and I really should have gotten it because it had a lid and it was so cute. It was like I should have gotten it, but I didn't. So anyway, I just had to find something else, and I found something good that will be perfect and a little spiced up with the label that I'm going to be making. So excited to be working with Cricut on this video and making my little labels. I love my Cricut machine. I have the Cricut Maker, and it's so easy to use. I'm still learning, and I've made a few things like shirts and just random little things, and I love using it so much. I feel like I can make special little gifts for people. But today we're just gonna be making some labels. My little jar, nothing special yet because I'm going to turn it into a cute little coffee canister. This one I'm gonna be using my Cricut to make a good little label for it. Let's start with making the little label. For today's project, I'm going to be using my Cricut Maker, which if you're not familiar with this machine, it is seriously the coolest machine. It does so many different things, cuts so many things, and it's so simple and user-friendly, and I love that. Also, I love that it has a little holder for my tools. And then I use this little sheet, and it's sticky, so when I am cutting through the machine, the paper vinyl doesn't slip, and it keeps everything all in the right alignments for cutting. This is the Cricut vinyl I'll be using for today's project. It's a really pretty gold, and I've used it a ton already, and so I think this will be perfect for what I want to do. And then I'm going to be using my weeding tool. Cricut has a pack of tools that come with everything you need to create pretty much any project, and then also this little smoother tool, so when I stick it onto something, it makes it stick better. So these are the tools that I'm going to be using to create my little coffee jar. I have a nice little setup on the floor in our room right now, but this is Cricut Design Space, and I love going on Cricut Design Space because they have so many different layouts and plans and things you can go off of. But what I'm going to be doing today is pretty simple, so I'm just going to go on and create a new project. And the main thing is I want this to look like a vintage looking little jar. So the great thing about Design Space is it has so many different fonts that I want it to say coffee. I know, so simple. Okay, so I'm looking for a font that's kind of vintage looking. As you can see, they literally have any font I could ever need. Do is plug in your, and then all we have to do is turn this guy on, and it makes all these noises and gets all right and everything. I hit make it, and this is what I am using. I'm using some vinyl. So once I get all of my design figured out and the size, I'm just gonna cut my paper. And I think for this design, I wanna do something a little different. Okay, so I just kind of line it up like 1 by a little over 4. So, Jean, I have made so many things with. I've made my brother a really cool sign for his pottery company, and I have made my sister-in-law a little gift for graduation that says Auntie, a little shirt. I've made Wilson some shirts. There's just so many different things you can do with the Cricut. So I have just really gotten started actually making a lot of projects, and I want to do like a whole pantry makeover and do a ton of different labels for my items in my pantry, which would be so fun. But we'll get there, I'm just working on one thing at a time. All I'm gonna do is just stick this sticker right on in place, and I am gonna go ahead and load it in. Cricut button, and then it goes to work. Okay, very cute. I can see it in there. Can you tell? Oh yeah, you can kind of see it. Okay, so the next step, what I think I'm gonna do is actually just weed out the letters and make the little square my sticker. I'm gonna use my little weeding tool, and I'm just gonna take out the letters that are in them. So I'm just gonna work on weeding this out, and then we will stick it on. I have it all weeded, and this is my little sticker. And then I have my little label, and now I just need to stick it on there. Take this off. I washed this really well too, so it is nice and clean. I'm just gonna line it up and stick it on there. And this is when this tool comes in handy. I am gonna get all the bubbles out of now, and I think it looks really cute. Now I have a cute little, now I have a good little spot in my coffee section. So I love using my Cricut Maker. It's so easy to use. You do not need to be like a Cricut Pro or a Craft Pro or anything like that. The Design Space is really easy to use, like I showed you, and there's so many fonts, so many different layouts you can choose, and it's seriously so simple. It was really intimidating to me at first, and now I'm like, okay, it's easy. I feel like anytime I want to try something new, I just go on there, and then the Design Space has like all the options for like, you know, they have mugs, they have shirts, they have literally all these options of different templates you can use, which is awesome, and I love it so much. So I really am excited to start using it more on my pantry. I want to do like a big pantry makeover and like label everything really nice, and that's something that I really need to do, but I feel like it's going to be a big project to actually do it, not use the Cricut. I feel like that's going to be the easy part, is using the Cricut and making the labels, but actually like organizing a little more, and I probably should get like matching jars. So that's a project that will be in the future, and my Cricut will be very helpful with that. And that's why I love it. It's so versatile. I've made so many t-shirts and so many just random little labels for things. The really good machine to have and to use. And if you like crafting and you like cutting things, and you can make so many different things with it. So I love the Cricut machines. These are all of my little crafts, but I am very excited to just have a few new little home items that I am saving from the thrift store. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I will leave all the information about my Cricut below and a link to it if you want to get yourself one and get some things for it. It's the best. On Instagram for more daily updates, and I will see you on the next one.